What's up, gents? DirtBag Gaming here, the channel for casual raiders. Thanks for clicking on the video. If you did click on the video, you are on your way or already at Dragon 24 speedruns. So I guess the name of the game is how fast can you get Seer to the boss. She just makes things so much easier when you're trying to do speedruns, especially for this new content. You know, level 25 dungeons is kind of crazy. So we're going to go over level 24 because a lot of people say 25 is not really worth it. It's a red affinity. The green affinity Dragon 24 is what we're really going to be focused on. So we're going to go over kind of the Seer first, just to show you what gear I have to compare what you can get up to. This is kind of like a lower build for people. As normal casual raiders, if you're first time to the channel, DirtBag Nation, go join it. DirtBag Gaming, DBN5 is our clan. We're recruiting for Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss. We do clan vs clan, Discord, all the fun stuff. But we're going to go over gear, mastery, artifacts, show you some clips of the speed runs that we're running, and the champions you can kind of suffice and trade out to kind of see what you're doing. So, first, Seer. So, Seer is just so good because of her skills with the Karma Burn. Now, you probably already know what she does, but we're going to go over it. She basically removes all buffs from all allies. So, if you buff up as many buffs as possible in your ally, she's going to do more damage based off the buffs. Then attacks all enemies, damage increase according to the number of removed buffs. Has a 50% chance of placing sleep. That doesn't really matter. Basically, it just nukes, right? The only thing is it's based off enemy max HP. So it's not based off attacks, not based off HP, it's not based off anything. It's literally just based off enemy max HP. That's why it's easier to build Seer with just crit rate, crit damage, and essentially accuracy. If you're using it more for like PvP and stuff like that. But with this, the dragon doesn't really have any buffs, and you're going to nuke down the waves anyway, so you don't really need accuracy if you're really trying to do the speed run, speed farming. For Doom Tower, you might because they're a lot faster, and PvP, you're definitely going to need it because they're just, you need it for PvP. But you don't need accuracy to remove your buffs. So if really just buffing up your team as much as possible, you don't really need accuracy to kind of just go out and nuke everybody. She has an A2, which puts up an increased crit rate on everybody and a weaken on the enemy team. And then A1, which has the chance to grant an extra hit. Sometimes it comes in actually handy because when she runs up, attacks once, she comes back, and then she can then pop her Karma Burn, which comes in clutch in some scenarios. She has an aura, resist in all battles, which isn't bad. And then the masteries, you really just want to get down to Helm Smasher for that chance to proc, ignoring the enemy armor. So you can do that. If you don't have enough crit damage, you can try to go with the Flawless Executioner, which we actually might try, because with this build, you'll see I don't have a lot of crit damage. So if you go, just, again, as much attack on your first hit, especially with like this, and, what is it? This one, enemy more HP, they're definitely gonna have more HP. You get more damage as you kill people. And again, this one, we might try it with this, just to kind of see if we do a little bit more damage. But this does work on bosses, that's why it's very good. Then accuracy for that. So let's get into, and again, if you're going for just dragon, you might actually want to go down to this, just because if she procs her A1, she can then go again. If she has like 15% chance to go again, so that might work. So artifacts. You want her in a Savage set. That's to ignore more defense. So Savage is ignoring 25% of the defense. If she procs Helm Smasher, that ignores 50% of the defense, which is very, very good. And then just the crit damage set to get a little more crit damage. The total skills, again, we're not really looking for the attack because it's not based off of attack, or other skills are, but the main one that we're looking for is not based off attack. 214 speed, you want to make sure that she is going after your buffers. If she's too fast, that's not good. If she's too slow, like after the waves, that's not good either. So I don't know what the exact speed for these waves, but you probably don't need to get all the way up to 214. You just need to go before the waves, all right? You want to get up to 100% crit rate because we don't have any increased crit buffs. I've been attempting to go with the increased crit buff, but every time I take off the buff to eat it, it doesn't add to her crit rate. If somebody wants to correct me, let me know. I'll change the video. But every time I've done it before, and this was like probably a week or two ago, it didn't add to my crit. So I used to have her at 70% crit or 75% crit because I had Bad L as a lead. But when I took Bad L out, I need to get her up to 100% crit because that extra 30% crit from Mausoleum Mage Doesn't work. I don't know why. It just doesn't work. And then look, we're only at 176 crit damage. That's the thing. At the end, we're going to go over a difference between crit damage and everything else. But 275 accuracy, just because I use her in Doom Tower and other places, you don't need that accuracy for the dragon. All right, you really just need 100% crit rate, as much crit damage as possible, Savage set, and really that's it. And make sure that her speed is faster than the waves. All right, so that is going over specifically what we have here. Can't get crit damage on the banner, so it doesn't really matter. You definitely want crit damage on the neck piece. Speed, we could probably change this just to get a lot more crit damage on here. Maybe there's boots that I have an extra, like, I don't know, 20 crit damage. We can look for that, but again, it has to be in the Savage set. Then this, again, you don't need the attack. This could be HP just to survive a little bit longer on the dragon. Probably go with HP or defense on the dragon. But a little bit of stats there. This one is what we can change. So if you can get crit rate on everything else, highly suggest go with the crit damage on the gloves. I don't have the specific gear for that. I could get her up to like 75 crit rate, but I need Bad L as a lead, and I don't want to make a video with you guys with Bad L as a lead. We're going to try and make it relatively friendly, except Lydia. Lydia is like very, very good with Seer, and I'll explain why. And then shield, helmet, and weapon. All right, so now let's go into it. Again, this isn't going to be like a free to play. It's going to be more of like a speed farm. So if you clicked on the video, you either were interested in the speed farm or you have guys to kind of get to the speed farm meta. Stu has a really good video on rares. If you want to kind of go watch that, definitely go watch that. But this is going to be more of like just trying to speed farm if you have these champs. So let's watch the video. Start. So we're going into 24. My fastest run was a minute 18. It's averaging around minute 20, minute 25. So this is the team. The setup is Lydia. We re-geared Draco to kind of make the run go a little bit faster. I wanted him to do more damage, and he's doing a lot of damage. The goal for the dragon is to really just poison, like do as much poisons as possible. And then Seer will do her Karma Burn on the boss. And the Mausoleum Mage will try and keep you survive by cleansing the poisons that the boss does to you. All right. So, she just nuked down the wave. We got to the boss in 18, 19 seconds. And now really it's just about buffing back up. Draco puts out his poisons. Lydia puts up the poison sensitivity, which the poison now tick harder. Decrease defense and weaken on the boss. And then Karma Burn for 397 on the boss. And then every time he goes, the poisons just tick down and just kind of do so much. It's like 99,000 per poison tick. Yeah, 99,000. That's ridiculous. She doesn't do bad damage, right? She does have some attack, but really we're only using her to kind of buff up and then just Karma Burn. So 394,000 for the Karma Burn. He did get the buff, the dragon. So the dragon's buff, he can only do up to 10%, I believe, of the enemy max HP. She would be doing a lot more if he didn't have that new passive buff that they put on, higher dungeons. So the old dragon, he doesn't have this, but the new dragon, he can only go up to 397,000. So there you go, minute 22 on average. Second run, what did we do? I think let me fast forward here. Second run, we did the same thing just to show you the consistency. So we're getting to the dragon, Karma Burn. Getting the dragon, that was actually 17 seconds. That was faster because Lydia has Relentless. So sometimes she procs multiple times. But 17 seconds on the dragon, not bad. And then it's literally just rinse and repeat. We have Renegade in here. Anybody can, get a Renegade. Just pull Rare Void, hopefully. You can add Prince Chimera if you don't have a Renegade. But Renegade is just super easy. And I like Renegade because he has a 5-turn cooldown reset compared to Prince Chimera, which is a 6-turn with books reset. So it's a little bit faster. We don't really need his lifesteal, I believe, that he does. So that kind of takes up a spot. So if you want to not put accuracy on Renegade, you can. That's probably a better idea. And Lydia is just proccing Relentless so many freaking times. She's so good. And to make it even super faster, don't put Relentless on Lydia. If you're really trying to get like under a minute run for the speed run. And Mosley Mage, he's so good. I leveled him to 60 recently, and he just heals so freaking much. So that was minute 24. So you got minute 20, minute 24, pretty consistent. So now we're going to take out Draco, and we're going to add in Cold Heart. So we were testing in a bunch of different ways. So Cold Heart just doesn't do what I thought she would do. Again, enemy max HP, he has a new passive, which doesn't do as much damage as the normal Dragon 20. So you're limited to only 10%. And she dies, I think, gets one-shotted on the Dragon. And with Seer eating all the buffs, you don't have Mausoleum Mages ignore whatever. They got 397. So same as Seer. She's doing 397,000. So now she died. But really, we need poisons. Like that's kind of what we're missing here. We're already at a minute and 50, and we're almost 3/4 of the way done. But the poisons is what does a lot more damage. Like everybody died. So then we skip this one. Poisons do as much damage as possible. So now this one, we brought in Prince Kymar and Draco. So this is just showing Prince Kymar. He kind of does essentially the same thing as Renegade. He's just shinier and fancier. And he does have poisons on his A1. So he does benefit and help out a little bit with the Dragon. So getting up here, I want to see if we beat the run. So he reset everybody's cooldown. Seer should do the Karma Burn. See, he puts up the poisons. Alright, so that was a minute 30? Minute 24, there you go. So Prince Kymar, pretty similar to Renegade. Now let's take out Draco and let's add in Frozen Banshee. So let's find our Frozen Banshee. I don't know if we had Kymar again. No, so there you go. We got Frozen Banshee instead of Draco. So if you don't have Draco, don't worry, use Frozen Banshee. If you don't have Lydia and you have a Draco, use Draco for the decreased defense and weaken, and then use Frozen Banshee for the poisons. Actually, you probably don't need that. If you have Draco, you don't need Frozen Banshee. And then after this, we'll go over some people to exchange for Lydia, because no, obviously not everybody has Lydia yet. But these first 4 champions, everybody could get on kind of like a average, middle, end game type account. Lydia, you're working towards end game. Speed runs are, really middle to end game content. But let's see how fast we can do it. I think it was a minute 20. Crap, what was that? Minute 24? Minute 30? Now look at Frozen Banshee's lifesteal set, normal clan boss build. But really all of her poisons were doing most of the damage. And we are at a minute 41. So did we run it again? We did. So we're testing it out with this guy now. So this is one of the newer champs. I think what we're missing is Seer's damage output. I think this guy could definitely do it if Seer had higher damage. And the reason is because she only has 170 crit damage because of Lydia. So if you have Lydia on the team, you don't need as much crit damage. If you don't have Lydia on the team, you need a lot more crit damage than I have on my Seer. You probably need around 250, 270 maybe, and then she should just wipe away the wave. Alright, so he died. We didn't really make it through that one. And now who do we add in? So then we tried to put accuracy on the lead instead of the speed on the lead. And it still just wasn't enough damage to clear out the entire wave. So I think everybody died there. Who else did we try? Oh, and then we tried the guy who can speed up. Yeah, that guy. So we tried that guy and the other dude. So I think this could be good. If you don't have Mausoleum Mage, you can get this guy. This guy's free for the Doom Tower, as long as you give enough fragments for him. But he basically is a Mausoleum Mage. He just doesn't heal like a Mausoleum Mage. Mausoleum Mage is obviously a lot better, just not as good. So let's get into the end here. This is the old school team again. So this is Frozen Banshee with Lydia again instead of Draco. So if we don't have Draco, we can put Frozen Banshee in, and we finish off the run. I think this is one of the faster runs with Frozen Banshee. Minute 29, I believe. Yeah, so minute 29 seconds with Frozen Banshee instead of Draco. So minute 24 with Draco, minute 18 at the best, minute 29 with Frozen Banshee. Not a huge difference. All right, so let's go over some champions. Lydia, obviously, if you have Lydia, why is Lydia so good? Lydia is amazing because like it's made for the dragon, made for Seer. She has poison sensitivity, so helps boost poison damage. She has this, which decrease defense and weaken on the enemy team, AoE, and she puts up 2 buffs for Seer to eat. So it's almost like 4 different things that she does in one move for Seer. That's why she's so freaking good for dragon and Seer combo, right? So she's kind of like Draco and another buffer at the same exact time. That's kind of why Lydia is so freaking good with Seer. But again, if you don't have Lydia, don't worry, you can change her out with other people. Then she has A1 for Fear, it doesn't really matter. So that's kind of why, like this skill right here and these two are why she's so good with the dragon, poisoners, and Seer. All right, so that's kind of why it's hard to exchange her. If you have her, use her, she's amazing. And then we have Draco. So obviously Draco puts out the poison, so 4 poison just places. He does have this, so let's say you don't have Lydia, but you have Draco. Use Draco's decrease AoE, decrease defense, and weaken, and then nuke, like have another buffer in instead of Lydia, so that way Seer can eat more buffs, right, to do more damage. So basically, if you replace Lydia, you need at least 2 more buffs on everybody to do the same amount of damage as you saw in the video, right? Who else? So then we have Seer. We already went over Seer. Mausoleum Mage. He basically puts up 3 buffs on everybody, which is insane. You could put him in a shield set. I actually have my Renegade in a shield set. So that's 1 extra buff that you start with for Seer to eat. So that's one way. Put on Mausoleum Mage. It's probably easier because you're going to run him a lot more. But Mausoleum Mage in a shield set, he basically puts out 4 buffs per person, which is a lot of freaking buffs. But just make sure he's faster than everybody. He has a lot of HP because we want him to survive. He heals as well, so it's very good to keep him alive. This guy could, again, replace Mausoleum Mage. So same thing, you could put a shield set on him, which is 4 buffs, and just make sure that he has 100% crit rate because he does have a skill that could do crit rate in other instances. So I have a guide on him, actually, go check that out on how to gear him. And then we have this guy. So this guy is one of the newer champs, Deacon. I think he could replace some of these people because he has increased turn meter, steal turn meter, and he puts out an AoE decreased defense. I put him in a relentless set. He has leech in case you want to heal off the boss, but I put him in a relentless set so that way he can constantly do it every single wave. So almost every single wave you're going to be able to have an AoE decreased defense on, as well as increasing everybody's turn meter. He has an AoE or an aura, increased speed in all battles by 19%, so if you need to be a little bit faster, put him as a lead, which isn't a bad thing, or put Frozen Banshee as a lead because she has a increased accuracy as an aura. Like let's say you want to land the poisons on your boss or on the dragon, you definitely need that accuracy. I'm not sure exactly what the resistance is on the dragon, 24, but you need to get enough accuracy to do it. All right, so Aura increase all battles by 35%, which is pretty good. She puts up her own poison sensitivity, and then does a poison. So Lydia puts it up as well. So if this isn't on, she doesn't do poisons. So Lydia puts it up almost always. So she's always constantly doing poisons on the dragon. She can increase turn meter as well. The more debuffs are on the boss. So yeah, those are some champs. Now champs that I think would be, replaced. Stagnite, very, very good at AoE. He's got the AoE decreased defense and decreased attack, so the boss doesn't hit you as hard. And you have your decreased defense right there. You can increase people's accuracy if you miss. It's not huge. So this is what we need. This is the setup. You need a poisoner. So you got Draco, Frozen Banshee. There are some other poisoners out there that do, multiple poisons. I want to try her. I haven't leveled her up yet. But you need poisons, right? So the more poison on the boss, the easier he goes down. Then for the waves, you need to make sure that Seer has a lot of crit rate and crit damage. If you don't have 100% crit rate, it's not going to be consistent, and you're going to probably fail a couple times. But at least if Seer has 100% crit rate, you're almost always going to be consistent and be able to speed farm the waves. If you're not one-shotting everybody, think about how many buffs you have on the target. So if we're going back to Dragon, let's go here just so I can show you the team. So right here, if he has a shield set and he has 3, that's 4 buffs. 4 times 5, that's 20 buffs on the team right there. Lydia has 2 more, so that's 22, or that's 30 buffs on the entire team to eat. All right, so it's 30 buffs. So there's the math. So if you have Mausoleum Mage, he has a shield, that's 4 buffs each. Then you need to replace Lydia and get 2 more buffs. And then Draco, obviously, to do decreased defense and weaken on the enemy team. Or you put in this guy for the decreased defense, and you take out her and put in Frozen Banshee. So this team could work if Seer has more crit damage. Seer needs more crit damage to one-shot the wave. If she doesn't have enough crit damage, she's not going to one-shot the wave. That's where you'll find the hiccup. So get crit damage gloves on her, and just make sure you have enough crit rate to suffice. Instead of, so these 4 are her. Really, she's the only must. Everybody else can be replaced. There's different champions that you can replace for each person, but that's kind of how you speed farm Dragon 20, Dragon 24. Similar to Dragon 20, it's basically the same thing. But Dragon 24, it's around the same time, just a little bit better gear, and you spend a lot more energy on it. What is it, 20 energy or 18? It's 18. All right, so 18 energy. I don't have enough, but my best run, 33 seconds. I don't know how I got that run. I can't replace it. But so yeah, that's basically what you gotta do. So hopefully this helps you out. Hopefully you're able to speed farm and get this 2 times event. Let me know what you think about this 2 times event. I don't know if you've gotten actually 2 times. I don't see a huge difference. I don't see a 2 times speed difference, but I am just playing around like everybody else is with this game and trying to do the drop frenzy. It was pretty cool for the stun set for the Fire Knight when they did that. But guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe if you're not already. Join the Discord because we're all helping each other out. We're doing free account takeover, free account giveaway on June 1st. We do that through Discord and YouTube streaming, so stay tuned for that. Hit the subscribe button so these videos actually pop up for you guys. Join our clan. We're an Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss, so if you are downing Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss, join DBN5. DirtBag Nation 5, and then if you're newer, join DBN 3. DBN 3 is a newer clan boss. We're really focused on clan versus clan. We did really good the last 2 clan versus clans, so then we're just trying to grow. I think we have 12 spots if you're watching this video now to join, and if you do join, make sure you're doing it every single day. Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss, and then we go down to Nightmare, and then we keep going down until we get all the chests. So guys, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching the video. Good luck with everything, and enjoy the rest of your week.